You didn't have sex with your husband at all or for years?
Never. I physically couldn't. Like my body was like unable to, like it would just not accept anything.
Alyne Tamir is a millionaire, self-made entrepreneur.
She's a creator with millions of followers. She was in one of the most public relationships on the internet. Why did you start spiraling?
I had like my boyfriend, I was making money, I was doing well in business. I started creating courses, I started creating retreats. Wow, I was like, oh my God, I'm making money. This is insane. I was enjoying it, but I wasn't actually enjoying it.
But it was her public, viral breakup that truly set the internet on fire.
It was a really good breakup.
Yeah, he told me it cost $10,000 to produce that breakup video.
Well, he made a lot more off of it than that. I've been through like a fucking roller coaster. At first I was like, I need to do all the therapy. I need to meditate, silent retreat in Bali.
Oh yeah, we're in Bali together.
You were there on like the worst day of my breakdown. Are we allowed to talk about drugs on this or not?
Yeah, go for it.
So like, I would say...
Welcome to the world of relationships and social media.
Thank you so much, Julius, for that warm welcome.
Welcome to midlife crisis.
Yeah, midlife crisis that came a little bit early.
Right. How old are you?
34.
And tell us, how did that happen? Why did you start spiraling?
Well, I've been spiraling since I was young.
Okay, so it's like a mental health thing.
It's just like, I wouldn't even call it mental health. It's just like a natural state of being. Like some children think about, candy and Barbies, and I thought about like the meaning of life since I'm 8. So
love that.
It's just how I am. It's not normal for a 12-year-old girl to become vegetarian by herself with no one she knows being vegetarian. But I became vegetarian when I was 12 because I was thinking about killing animals. Like, so that's just how my brain is.
Yeah, you're definitely not a lamb or a sheep. You are like, you just do your thing.
Yes. I mean, the reason Spiral started, I would say a few years ago. Like I started growing my channel and
millions of followers.
Grew to millions of followers.
Travel the world,
living the life, right? If you looked inside of my life from social media, I was doing what everybody wants. I was traveling every week. I was staying at the fancy hotels. I was the girl like jumping in the pool. I had like my boyfriend. I was making money. I was doing well in business. And I was enjoying it, but I wasn't actually enjoying it. And I remember me and my ex, who we were having this lifestyle together, would have these conversations.
You went about Naz?
Nasir.
Nice
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly. And
yeah, big creator, 70 million followers.
Yeah, when we
travel the world together, making videos every single day about different issues.
Yes,
had a massive breakup video. They did probably 50, 100 million views.
100 million views, yeah, breakup video, which is
the most crazy breakup video I've ever seen. It was so highly produced.
It was a really good breakup.
Yeah, he told me it cost $10,000 to produce that breakup video.
Well, he made a lot more off of it than that. So.
Well, welcome to the world of relationships and social media.
Yeah. But I think the spiral started like kind of in the middle of that because I got all these followers and I started making money and it was nice. I'm not going to say it's not nice, but then it becomes very stressful. It's like a huge pressure to keep all this up. And it's very masculine, like it's very popular now to talk about feminine and masculine energy.
Right.
And I was like super in my masculine and I was like, I'm grinding, I'm in the hustle. And I feel like as humans, we go through these cycles together. Like everybody's in their hustle era and then we're all fucking tired. And then we're all in our like, now I'm in my passenger princess era, right? And we all kind of get tired and then there's like a natural reaction to these things. And for a while, I felt like I was such a loser. I was like, my boyfriend is fucking grinding.
Yeah,
He's like you're grinding. My friends are my girlfriend's Erica, Erica Kohlberg, she does.
Biggest finance
creator in
the
world.
Female finance creator.
Yeah, lives 2 minutes away from me, one of my best friends. Working all day.
And you're just like, fuck it. I'm done. I want a rich husband.
No, and that's my other problem is like I should just get a rich husband and then like do Pilates forever.
That's actually one thing I really rate about you is that you're literally just like, when we were in Saint-Tropez on a super yacht, went out to the club, you were like, I just want to meet the richest guy. Like you're very open about it.
Yes.
You don't care.
No, I don't care.
I kind of love that.
Thank you so
You're very transparent about your agenda.
I am transparent.
But you also bring a lot to the table. Some girls are like, oh, I just want a rich guy. But you're like smart, entrepreneurial. You're one of the best conversationists I know. You're able to just like, I can throw you. Like when I got invited on some billionaire super yacht with all these famous Cara Delevingne, Liam Payne, you were the first person I called because like I need Alyne on that super yacht just to keep me company because you bring the vibe. So you're not just
to all viewers, invite me to your super yachts. I'm the best guest, says Julius Dein.
You're about to have a crazy influx of invitations.
No, but it's true. And I mean, I like that about you is I feel like you see that quality in me. Like a lot of girls are invited to these types of events because they are pretty. They're models, right? But for me, like my value is I'm a good enough conversationalist. I actually am curious about people. I'm interested in people. I can carry my weight. But yeah, like, why should I date someone who isn't at my level? Like Cher says, like, I am a rich man, right? So, and money is absolutely not the priority, for sure.
Yeah, otherwise you would have stuck with your last relationship. Right?
I would have stuck with
your last relationship, like, just to paint the picture.
Yeah.
You kind of had it all, right? You had a man with, you know, making millions of dollars.
Tens of millions of dollars.
Making a lot of money. You know, you were living essentially in like a massive house. He's opened chauffeur, hotels, chefs, cats.
Yeah.
You know,
had all my rescue cats in the house.
Yeah.
Had everything.
Businesses all over Dubai that you could just walk in
and he
and out
was
of.
like I had a good enough partner, you know, but like, yeah, no, I kind of gave up everything. Like I gave up what the dream is, like, and it was hard. Like, I think I'm still recovering. Like, it's like,
but hold on a second. Let's just break this down, right?
Okay.
So you had a man, had everything.
Yeah.
And you had everything.
And my career.
And your career. Yeah, you literally were making videos together.
Separate from him, by the way, career.
Very hard to walk out of that dynamic when your lives are so inextricably interlinked.
Yes.
So you had everything, but obviously at the same time, you were unfulfilled.
Yeah.
So let's just like take a moment and just like walk me through why you just disappeared from the relationship. You just, one day you were like, fuck it. I mean,
it was it
like were you actually serious on breaking up, or was this kind of like
It wasn't a warning. I was serious.
Okay.
I had given a warning about a year before the breakup happened. I was like, hey, I have, like, we need this to happen, X, Y, Z. And if it doesn't happen in 1 year, like, I don't think I said 1 year, but I was like, it was very clear. I need this. And it wasn't anything crazy. It was something very doable, but it's like, are you going to do the effort or not? Right. And he didn't.
Women have said to me in the past, like, Julius, you need to make more effort. And I really try, right? Like, in some of my last relationships, like my last relationship, like, I was very much like, Julius, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. And I tried the dinners, I tried the quality time, the walks, the vacations,
like, interesting.
All this stuff. And at the end, it just wasn't right.
Listen.
Right. So, were your expectations unrealistic?
No, absolutely not.
Are you incompatible as human beings?
Maybe yes, that's what I decided ultimately is like, he's not willing to do it's not that he's not willing to, I don't think he has the emotional capability that I need, right? So also you are the same way. Also, I was listening to Steven, who does Diary of a CEO podcast.
Yeah.
And this morning I was listening to an episode of him and Esther Perel, and he was saying the same issue he has now with his girlfriend. I think a lot of like successful driven men are going to have this same issue, but there's a huge but here.
Right, teach me.
I can teach you. And I think what Esther said on the podcast with him is exactly how I spoke to my ex and how I will speak to my future partner. Is it's not actually about a dinner or about a quality time. It's about, for example, let's say me and you are, you know, having a crazy month, right? You're working a lot. You're in India. I feel left and neglected as a partner, right? So there's a few ways you can handle it. You could be like, I'm trying. I'm calling you every day. At the end of the day, like, I do care about that. That energy is not going to help me
relate to that.
But if you had
not authentic, but I relate to it.
Yeah, but if you could go deep inside and be like an emotionally stable, mature man, which is what makes a man sexy to women, is like stability, emotional maturity. It's not about I need an hour-long phone call. I need a 2-minute call that's genuine, where I feel a connection with a partner. So if you call me from India and you're like, hey, Alyne, like, I know I've been so busy. I know this must be hard for you and frustrating. And you feel it. You mean it. You're not just saying a script. You're like, I know this must be stressful for you, and I know you must feel disconnected. Listen, when I get back, I can't wait to spend time with you. I can't wait to have a nice conversation with you. I am busy here, but I'm gonna be back this day, this time. That call is like so meaningful to a woman and will keep her going for so long. But you have to mean it, and she will know if you mean it. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
So he couldn't.
There is a part of me that's just thinking,
you don't want to do it.
A, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And B, all the men I meet that just put on this facade, try and like either be in their masculine or like even kind of like end up just being in their feminine because they're trying to succumb to a woman's like emotional.
So you don't want to tell your girl that you love that you're excited to see her. That's too much work for you.
No, I didn't say that. I said I don't want to do it inauthentically.
Oh, inauthentically. I thought you meant you just couldn't do that. And I was like, well, you shouldn't be in a relationship.
So if Nasaya called you
Yeah.
Right, when he's on a vacation for 3 weeks, he calls you in the middle, he says, baby, I miss you so much. I can't wait to see you, spend time with you. That would make you...
Yeah, if he meant it and I felt it, that would help a lot. Is that like the only solution? Obviously, no, there does need to be quality time in between.
Yeah,
but it's about,
you're a very quality time driven person.
Yeah, but so are most women. Not all women, but I would say most women want quality time. It doesn't need to be a massive amount of time. Even now, like when I'm dating now, like I look at what's genuine. Like money is not the most important thing to me. Like I've been dating people with no money, zero money. It's not the most important thing. It is like one of the levels of compatibility, right? It means we can have a similar lifestyle.
Right.
But really it's not actually the most important thing. I need someone who I feel like emotionally cared for by. Like that's kind of the point of a relationship. I'm not in a dynastic marriage in China. I'm not here to like marry my billionaire family with your army and then we all take over the world. Like that's not what this is. In that case, we don't need love. We need, compatible business styles. But what I want is like a connection with a human. Like I'm on Earth and that's like a unique Earth experience to have, is like a deep connection with another person.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm prioritizing now.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Something very interesting about you is that you don't want to have kids.
Probably.
You've had a crazy religious upbringing. You didn't have sex with your husband at all or for years?
Never.
You never had sex with your husband for how many years?
3 years we were
3 years you were married and then you got a divorce.
Yeah.
Now you're 34.
Yeah.
Do you feel the pressure getting older as a woman and still kind of not wanting to have kids, being single, kind of living in a bit of a kind of whimsical, like you're living it feels like you're living a little bit in limbo right now.
Yeah.
You've had this like dopamine hit of
7 years.
Everything.
Bam, 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 bam.
And now you're just like fucking falling through the chaos of like, whoa, I'm in London, like I'm single, like I've had this amazing relationship. Don't know if I want kids. I need a really high quality man. Are your expectations unrealistic?
Are my expectations unrealistic? Maybe, but I don't think so. I think one thing I learned from being married young when I was 22 is that...
Because you're very critical. I've seen you. I've observed you. You're very critical.
I am. I'm like a mix of critical and very understanding. Like if you see the people I'm dating now, like they're not like so successful or so amazing or so whatever, like in the traditional senses. I'm open-minded. Like I'm giving chances. I'm like, let's see. Like maybe I'm meant to be with someone that's not an entrepreneur, that just is kind of, living a normal life, right? And I'm giving those types of things chances. It's just like, again, a relationship is about, you have things in common, right? You want someone who can talk to you about business, who can talk to you about this stuff. But I am super open-minded. Am I too picky? I don't think so. Do you think I'm too picky?
Maybe. I think you have a...
But there's no one we've met that you think I should have dated.
No, but I think your issue may be you want hyper successful men
that give me attention.
That also
time.
have a lot of time.
That's why I think I need.
So, like for example, like Nas Daily,
he's still in.
Dude, he's on his grind. Like he's trying to make his like $1 billion company. He's trying to build his hotels and his events, his tech businesses, all this stuff. He doesn't have time to like cradle you. Hey, baby, like let's just hang out. What I think you need to go for?
What?
Maybe like a middle-aged, like slightly older man that's kind of a bit burnt out. He's made his money.
Older men don't like me.
He's got his nice crib. It's just, come chill.
Older
let's
men
have some
never
cats.
hit on me. I think older men don't like me.
Why?
I think many older men.
By the way, the reason I say cats is because you love cats.
I love cats. Yeah, love rescue cats.
That's the association.
I think a lot of older men want a woman they can control a bit more. But I mean, some people would love that. Like, like younger guys kind of like that. Like there's young, successful guys. There's actually guys that are young and more successful than older guys. I don't think age is a predictor of success. Like there's a lot of 50-year-old guys who are not traditionally successful. And there's a lot of younger guys who are even more successful, right? So like, I would say probably something in the middle is ideal. I don't think there's a specific age that's good for me.
Yeah.
But I would say like someone who is successful. You want someone who really likes you and sees you for who you are and appreciates you. I don't want to have to feel like I have to be the hottest girl or I have to be the smartest girl or the richest girl. I don't want a guy who likes me because of a checklist. I want a guy who likes me And then like, he's like, oh, you're also like pretty, or you also like did well with some work stuff. Like, you know, I want someone who's just like, Alyne is fucking cool. Like I found a cool fucking girl. Right. So I would say those are like the 3 main indicators.
Okay. So not needy, really appreciates you and sees your value.
And it's like emotionally stable and like loving.
I know she's stable.
Like has the ability to connect.
Okay. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Why am I still single? Eligible bachelor.
I'll tell you.
Self-proclaimed social media sensation.
Are we allowed to talk about drugs on this or not?
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, Tim Ferriss like literally talks about like putting money into drugs.
Great.
It's not a drug.
It's not.
Chemical
It's a cure.
enhancement. It's a cure. It's gonna be normal in 100 years. Okay. Okay. So like when
We had a mad chatty, didn't we?
Yeah. We had a great
in Ibiza.
MDMA trip in Ibiza.
I hooked up your birthday. Don't say I didn't.
You did. You did hook up my birthday. You made my birthday great. Thank you so much. As the provider of our
guy's name, the DJ that gave us all the tables and the fucking.
he was great.
Can't remember his name.
Alejandro.
Was that Alejandro?
Alejandro's the owner of Tantra.
Great. Love Alejandro.
Thank you, Alejandro.
Thank you, Alejandro.
We were there. We were on MDMA with me and you and all my friends. And then I said to you, I was like, in another universe, we would be married.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so why are we not married? I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Number
yeah,
one,
this is great. Wow. So you're proper like going in.
I always go in, Julius.
Yeah. Okay.
Since when do I not go in?
By the way, I am an eligible bachelor. Like, I'm not just like single.
No, you're amazing. You're great. I wouldn't say like in another world we could be married to anyone.
I do get a lot of female attention. Just disclaimer, I'm not just sitting in my room like masturbating.
Oh my God. Okay, compliments first.
Tell me why I'm single.
No, do you want compliments first or why you're
give me the compliments first.
First of all, well, you're handsome.
Thank you.
Okay. You have a great personality.
Thank you.
Even if you weren't successful, you have like successful energy. Like you're very social. You're like me. You're great at parties. Everybody loves being around you. Like you're a vibe. You're like me times 10. You're way more fun than me at parties. You're like self-introspective, right? You do think about your life and what you're doing. You're nice to your family. You guys, you know, nobody gets along perfectly, but you do care about your family.
I like that. Alyne came on a 2-week vacation with me and my family in Christmas. So
I did. I was like the
you were
adopted
literally,
child.
yeah, you've seen everything.
I've seen
the chaos of the Deans.
I was like the extra child watching the family drama.
I like that.
So many positive traits, right? There's more. I could continue. Okay. Why would I think you, like, why would I not marry you or recommend you to a friend to marry you?
You would recommend me to a friend.
No, remember in Saint-Tropez, I was like, do not mix, everyone. Because you, I think, are amazing, but slightly too self-involved. Where it's hard for you, I would feel like you forget about me sometimes or my feelings and that you're too involved sometimes in your own internal world to genuinely care about me and my world.
That does make sense. You're basically saying I'm too self-focused and I don't have the mental capacity to truly care for someone else in the way that you would like to see that.
That I think anyone would like to see it.
You think anyone?
Yes. I think you have a lot of internal chaos.
Yeah.
And that it is totally possible to calm it. I have the same internal chaos, to be clear. Like, it's hard for me to connect. That's why me and my ex were a good couple, because neither of us had very high emotional needs.
Yeah.
But then I slowly became like more open to having emotional needs. And now I have a slightly higher emotional capacity. But I might meet guys and they're like, you're not emotionally available to me at this state. Right? So I'm working on being more emotionally available. It's hard. It's hard and it's scary to be emotionally available. You're putting yourself out there to be crushed, right? So, and it's also like you need to be comfortable with yourself. So I think you and I both have to work on.
I wonder if it's something that is a matter of incompatibility, because you've laid your heart on your sleeve, right? You're like, this is what I want from a relationship. I want a man who is caring and emotionally,
for sure,
calm and loves me and cares about me.
But with
firstly, fair point. Right?
Yeah.
And if you lined up my ex-girlfriends, there would certainly be an ex-girlfriend or two that would agree with you and be like, yo, Julius.
Only one or two.
Honestly, only one or two. But I've only had 1 or 2 proper girlfriends anyway.
Okay, there we go. It's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's not a bad thing or a negative thing about you, by the way.
No.
It's like, I think that's the stage you're at. It's not like a judgment of your character.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. I think I really need a girl who's really focusing on her own shit and is maybe a little bit in her own world as I am.
So you want a slightly...
Not selfish, right? I do not want a selfish girl. I don't think I'm selfish. I look out for my family. I'm always like available for all
There's different types of selfishness.
There is. But no, I'm pretty self-focused. You know, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm running a business. You know, I've got 25 people in my team. I'm doing lots of investments every week. Like I'm, traveling the world here and there.
Priority, right?
That is my priority,
You're choosing to prioritize.
Yeah. I'm not saying that I want a woman who's like a reflection of me, that's also an entrepreneur traveling the world, investing in companies, making lots of money. But what I don't think I want is a woman that's kind of waiting for me to kind of, Julius, when are we gonna hang out? No.
Like,
and you know what? Actually, when I was in Miami last week, when I FaceTimed you,
yeah.
I actually met this girl. Like we were quite platonic.
Yeah.
But she was fucking wired, right? She kind of gave me a little bit of an Alyne daily vibe.
Yeah.
She was running big events. She was like hosting things here and there. You know, I think I FaceTimed you. Yeah, her name's Ashley, right? Platonic, definitely has a bit of a crush on me, not gonna lie. I've got a bit of a crush on her.
Yeah.
Right, but platonic, right? And there was a part of me for the first time I was thinking like, damn, this girl is so fucking wired and busy in my own mind. Because initially I thought I wanted like a really feminine, empathetic, like kind of
like stay at home.
Yeah, stay at home wifey
vibe.
But now I'm like, I feel like I just get bored.
You would get bored. Yeah, you would get bored.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we have to think about what is like the meaning of life, right? We have to like pull back, right? So why do you want, the stay-at-home wifey girly? If you do, it's fine. But why do you want that? Or why do you want the key to?
I think honestly, the reason for the stay-at-home wife girly, honestly, would just be for like my kids.
Yeah.
Like kids, and so I feel like I have a safe place of like stability, like.
But then you get bored.
Men's like path of chaos in the world. We love challenge and.
But then you would get bored, right? You just said that. So then if you want the girl like Ashley, the Keaton...
But she might get annoying.
But she might get annoying, right? So I think at the core, we need to look at like...
I think she might get bored. She kind of keeps on my toes. I kind of like it.
I mean, that's the point, is to find someone that is willing to adapt together. So with me and Nasir, he was not willing to adapt or able to, right? I'm not holding anything against him. And I was probably... not able to adapt to what he needed in certain ways. We were both unable to adapt.
Yep.
Right? So in an ideal situation, nobody's gonna be the same we're both like in our 30s. And then we'll have like 50 years left. Like, let's say we get in a relationship in the next 5 years.
With our lifestyle is probably 15.
Okay. I think the crazier the lifestyle, the longer you live. Okay. So, but the point is like, you have to adapt with your partner. You're not gonna find someone who's just for the next 50 years 100% on track with you. That's delulu. That's delusion. Okay. So then you have to both be willing to be like, hey, I'm going this way. Do you want to come? Yeah. Okay. I'm going this way. You want to come? Yeah. Or else you're just going to fucking break up. The end. Like there's no like perfect person in the world that's like, oh my God, look, I found this girl and she wants to do the exact same strange route of countries that you and I do. Oh, she wants to be in Bali and her career is like this and everything is perfect forever. And we want kids at the same time. We want the same amount of kids. It's not going to happen. So it's like, you have to be willing to like find someone to adapt with. And it depends, like if you're not adaptable, then, or I'm not adaptable, then we have to find people that are adaptable, but then we might not respect them because they're too adaptable.
Makes sense. So question, where do women meet good men? Because the world's fucked, right? Like we've got unlimited access to like dating apps, Instagram, it's just like this sea of unlimited option.
The men I like.
Saint-Tropez in the nightclubs?
No, we didn't.
Ibiza, pinging on MDMA at the back of Tantra. On the boat, on the super yacht.
Not even on a billionaire super yacht did I.
Everyone was coming out of rehab.
Everyone was out of rehab or gay.
Everyone was out of rehab or what?
Or gay.
Or on cat.
Or on ketamine, yeah. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Or all three. I mean, if I think in the past year, the 3 best guys that I met.
Thank you. Honestly, you didn't have to mention.
Was one, Julius Dein. Obviously. After Julius Dein, one was like on a retreat. Type event in Bali. Okay. One was...
So what does that mean? Because most people don't know what a retreat is.
So a retreat is like when you go with a group of people, usually like vaguely business... This was like a business retreat, vaguely business-minded, like on a group event. Like I run retreats, so for entrepreneurs. And so you all go and you talk about like your lifestyle and your personal growth and your business, right? So you're all...
That's actually a very good way to get to know people.
My best friend, Cashley, you know Cashley, obviously, met her new husband at my retreat and now they're getting married.
That's pretty mad.
In like a few months and she's super successful. So it's like hard for women.
Yeah, but you host, your retreats are like $5,000-$10,000, right?
Yeah.
Per person.
Yeah.
And you just bring together like high, like powered entrepreneurs, like people.
Yeah, entrepreneurs, or like you don't have to be an entrepreneur. You can work at like a company, but you kind of
you vet, and you want people that are like
application only,
driven,
vetting everyone for
have some type of track record of success,
100%.
classic success.
Yeah, but it's not about like, oh, only fancy people can come. Like if you work at like, you know, Amazon, you can come. If you work at like, if you are starting out in your career, you can come. It's about your headspace.
Right.
Anyway,
You want to be like inquisitive and someone that can grow.
Yeah, retreats are a great place to meet people.
I like that.
Because why? Why do you date people in
Because
college?
you spend like multiple days with them.
Exactly.
That's it, right? Like it's so fucked right now. Like all these like transactional dates.
Yeah, are you supposed to fall in love in 2 hours?
Yeah, exactly. You gotta go to have a drink at a bar. Alcohol's like a bit fucked.
Yeah.
Like, you have to drink to have like confidence.
And it's like boring.
And
like,
it's boring. It's so boring.
I don't want to sit.
When I go on dates now,
Yeah.
my 101 is like and people might judge me for this. I try to go for a walk. Right?
Oh, walking is good.
Let's meet in Hyde Park. Let's just go for a walk.
That's a very English thing, by the way.
And also, it's such a like simple thing because then you're just enjoying each other's energy. It's not like this is the nicest restaurant, this is the nicest.
No, I don't like that.
You know, car, blah blah blah. It's just like let's go for a walk and then just feel out the vibe. And because you're doing something, it's nice, especially in the sun.
And when you're moving, like it's easier to be less nervous and connect more when you're on a walk.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would say retreats are a good place to meet people. I would say I also met a good person via you, which was kind of like a retreat because we were all living together. That was like a great person. But from like living in a communal area, right? Being in a communal space. And then the other person I would say I met in Cape Town when you weren't there. That was actually like at a random like bar. I just saw him and I was like, I like you. Yeah. And there was just like energy, and he happens to be an entrepreneur and really cool and emotionally intelligent and goes to therapy. So I got lucky, right?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know where you're supposed to meet people, but those are the 3 places.
It's fucking hard, I think. Like I'm saying, I think it is hard. I think it's different for you. I think you're hypersociable.
I'm so.
You in the clubs, you march in and you're like, yo, let's find the biggest table, the most successful guy. You just run up to them and like talk to them with your like entourage of like beautiful girls.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
For human beings in general, most people don't have that confidence.
Well, you should get.
And most people don't have an entourage of like people, and a lot of people don't have like, you know, they don't want to spend like hundreds of pounds like just going out. They don't want to go sober.
You're a girl, you don't have to spend hundreds of pounds. Well, we didn't spend any money in Saint-Tropez.
That's true. Neither did I, actually, thinking about it.
Neither did you. You're like a pretty girl. You have the same life as us.
I crashed in your apartment.
You stayed in my. I paid for.
I got you on the fucking.
You got
CBR.
me. You got me on the yacht though.
I got on the CBR. Stayed in your apartment.
We both provide value.
I got you into the clubs because.
You got me first into the clubs, but then I learned how to just walk in confidently, and I never had to pay.
It is interesting, isn't it? You just walk in.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, you just walk.
Christina is the one who taught me how. She just like walked in one day. I was terrified. I was like, you can't walk past a bouncer. They're gonna like come for you. And then we started doing it every night. We just like get 3 girls. And we just like stand really tall, and then you just walk past and you smile, and they just move the gate and you just go inside. It's crazy.
It was pretty insane. We had it down to a science.
I would
do the magic.
Yes, and you were getting us all the tables.
I would go up to all the guys who had the biggest table.
Yeah.
Right? And like these are like 18-year-olds whose families are obviously worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But these tables, like the front table is probably like $40,000, $50,000
so
a table.
Expensive.
It's the peak of summer, it's yacht week, all the billionaires are in town, you got fucking big dog, you know, Saudi fucking shit.
Probably his daughter.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rock up, do some magic, make friends with all of them, and then they'd be like, oh damn, this guy's cool. Then I'd bring over like all the girls, right? You guys were like, hey,
and we would dress in matching outfits.
It would dress in matching outfits. I was like the king, right? The guys were like shocked. They're like, not only is this guy like famous, self-proclaimed, not only does he do magic tricks, so he's like fun, but now he's got like 3 smokes with him. Wow, this guy's amazing. Come on in. I'd never paid for anything, right?
And it was so fun.
And by the end of the night, right, we
were with you, so there was no pressure for us to like hook up with any guys because they thought we were like your entourage.
I was the protector. And then by the end of the night, pretty much every time, we'd always get invited to some crazy party.
We went to the craziest houses and villas.
Do you remember that time when this guy was like, oh, I've got a really nice place, and you're like, sure. And then we go up.
I remember I was like, show me a picture. I was like, if it's really nice, show me. Remember he showed us pictures to like prove it was nice.
Dude, this definitely had a rich dad. Like this guy was like 18, right? Yeah. Up the stairs, up the mountain of this guy's like entrance, and we just get to what is probably one of the most insane houses I've ever. This view overlooking the ocean.
I feel like the pool.
That must have been at least $100 million home.
And we've seen a lot of nice houses, and that was like expensive and massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we left immediately.
And then we're like, we're done.
We're like, great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good times.
Great times.
How did you actually get to that point where you could afford to... Like, how did you make money?
Okay, I'll talk about money.
Because you're a millionaire. You're a multi-millionaire.
I am a millionaire.
You have properties. You have how did you do it?
So much. Honestly, valid question, because I worked for like $7 an hour most of my life. But first of all, I just want to quickly say, the reason I'm doing so much partying now is because I never drank alcohol or had sex until I was 27. And then I was in a 6-year relationship. So it's not like I'm just like being this lame party girl. I never had a party era. And so I kind of just wanted to experience that life. And thank you for facilitating that in the summertime. Okay, I'm back to my normal person era. Okay, so how did I make money?
Happy to help.
Thank you so much. I don't want people to be like, why is she 34 and partying? Like, okay, I never partied in my 20s like the rest of you. Okay, I was a good girl. So how did I make money?
That's pretty mad. Like, religious background, no drugs, no sex.
Yeah, no coffee even, no tea.
Coffee?
Yeah, I was raised Mormon, for anybody listening who doesn't have any context, and also half Jewish, but whatever. Okay, how did I make money? Well, I worked for like normal amounts of money my whole life. Then I got married when I was 22 because I was Mormon. So in our religion, you kind of tend to get married early. Me and my ex-husband built a content creation company together. So our job was actually to make videos for like Sony was our client, Pizza Hut was our client, Ronaldo, the soccer player, was our client.
In Israel?
No, this was in Utah.
Oh, Utah.
Because I went to BYU.
You're half Israeli, right?
I'm half Israeli. My dad lives in Israel.
Right.
Yeah. So we like built that company together.
Is this the husband you didn't have sex with?
This is the husband I didn't have sex with.
So you guys like had a business together.
Did
he not ask you? He was like, "Hey, babe, any chance like?"
No, I mean,
it's been 4 years now.
This is like okay, I'll give you the answer.
It's been 4 years. You know, I'm kind of like a little bit horny.
No, it's because I was raised so religious, like it got in my head, and like I physically couldn't. Like my body was like unable to, like it would just not accept anything, if that makes sense. I don't want to be crass. And there's nothing wrong with him. He's
couldn't like get a.
Oh, I went to all these doctors. I took like horse pills that are like tranquilizers.
Vaseline?
Relax me. None of that would have done it. It was just, it's mental. It's called vaginismus. And like a lot of women get it, especially if they have an ex-religious background where you just can't have sex. Like it's just not going to happen. It's not his fault. He's great. He's amazing. He's wonderful. Yeah, not his fault. So we were not compatible.
Did you find him unattractive?
I was a sexual person, but like also there was like a line where sex was really bad and like not allowed and nothing close to sex was allowed. At my university, you get expelled if you do anything beyond kissing.
Wow.
Like, and you lose your degree, you lose all the work you've done. You have to sign an honor code every 5-6 months at my university.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, and you have to take a religious class every semester. You like sing hymns at the beginning of classes. You pray at the beginning of class. It's very religious.
That's insane.
Yeah. So like now I know you know me as this version, so it's kind of hard to compute. But that was like my life for 27 years. So,
okay. Yeah. So how did you make money?
Yeah. Okay. So me and him were great business partners.
Because it's quite interesting. Because like you are very successful.
Yeah, which is like so crazy and weird. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but I also get it. I get why you just kind of like, fuck it. Yeah. I don't want to do any more in life. I'm happy cruising.
But to be fair, I'm not completely cruising. I am also building a hotel in the Maldives, which is not like, that's my idea of cruising, but to someone else, that would be like a big project.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's pretty lit, to be fair.
Yeah.
How involved are you? Are you very involved?
I'm super involved. Okay. Like I have meetings every day.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we're painting a slightly different picture now. So you're not just...
I'm also like only doing 2 hours of meetings every day.
Yeah.
When you and I work, like when I was building Dear Alyne and like the content creation world, I was working like 24/7. Like there was no breaks. I didn't have friends. Like I didn't go to lunch. Like I didn't like go pee. I just was like working all the time. So me taking 2 hours of calls a day to me is like lol. It's like nothing, right? Anyways, how did I make money? So we built this company, me and my ex. So companies would come to us and give us like big budgets, like 6-figure minimum budgets for one video. And then our job was to make a viral video for them. So like Sony came to us with the Spider-Man movie and was like, make a viral video. We make an organic viral video that goes viral without paid marketing.
Right.
That's how I made my first money. Right. So I had told my ex-husband when we got together, I was like, hey, I want to travel the world and have fun. You want to build a company. I'll build the company with you for 2 to 3 years. After that, it's a hard cutoff. We need to travel the world. If we made money, we sell the company. If we didn't make money, we fucking go anyways. We shut down the company. I don't care. It's my turn to have fun, right? And do what I want. So we did sell the company. So we got married. After 3 years, we got divorced. We sold the company to our partners. That's how I made my first money. It wasn't a crazy amount, but it was like enough money that I was like, oh my God, I have money now, right? So that was my first money. I invested that money into 3 houses in Utah. Okay. And that was 7 years ago. Now everybody from California has moved to Utah. So the houses all doubled in value.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. All doubled in value. And then I saved the rest of it and invested it like in Vanguard and index funds. Then I started Dear Alyne, and I started making money off of Dear Alyne after about a year.
That's the audience on social media, right?
The social media audience, yeah. So that was when I grew that. I didn't make Dear Alyne to make money, to be clear. I made it because I wanted to talk about social issues and human rights and women's rights. Genuinely, I didn't even turn on ads for the first year.
Yeah.
But then it started making money, and then my I guess I have a business mind without...
Yeah, if you see you making money, like, it's inspiring, right?
Yeah. And I learned how to make money. I started creating courses. I started creating the retreats. I started creating masterminds. And then I was making wow, I was like, oh my God, I'm making money. This is insane. But it was so draining.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I also didn't have that fulfillment from the content anymore. It just felt like this wheel. And I was getting more and more drained and becoming less of myself. And I think ultimately I just felt like I was in Harry Potter, they have the Dementors that suck your soul out. I felt like...
Yeah, we all feel it. We've all got... Actually, I say what you say a few times about all creators having a 6-year lifespan. Most 99% of creators. And after that, you're just fuck. Are you living in the past because you're still trying to create the same content that you're known for?
Yeah, you've evolved, but you don't want to make that old content.
But often the evolution is just why am I doing this? To entertain a bunch of people that don't give a fuck. They've all grown up themselves. So they're all...
And they write mean messages, and they're just they don't really care about you, a lot of them.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So then I burned out. And even after I burned out, I kept trying. I was crawling. I was I'm going to keep trying. I can't give up. My entire identity is this. If I don't make money, if I don't have these followers, all of my friends will not want to be friends with me anymore. And then finally I was I can't do it anymore. If all of my famous and rich friends want to drop me, great. That means they weren't my friends. If nobody wants to date me because I'm not successful anymore, fine, don't date me. I can't fucking do it anymore. So I let my entire team go, or I restructured. You have my old
Thank
assistant.
you. I hired someone from my team, who is amazing.
You're so welcome.
Thank you for that.
Thanks for taking care of her.
Well, she's in very good hands.
Yes.
She's actually part of the reason half the team are here right now. So
Exactly. She's
cheers,
great
guys.
at hiring.
The circle of life.
Yes, the circle of life. And at first it was really hard. At first you have an identity crisis. And I stopped working 6 months ago. I've been through a fucking roller coaster. At first I was I need to do all the therapy. I need to meditate, silent retreat in Bali. And
Oh yeah, we're in Bali together. Yeah, we did.
you were there on the worst day of my breakdown.
I know.
Me and you were together at the Alaya Hotel in Ubud. Remember? And I woke up and I was spiraling. And you were trying to listen to that meditation I told you to listen to. You couldn't listen. I heard you start jump roping after 1 minute of the meditation.
I tried to do a 10-15 meditation, ended up just pulling out my skippy rope. I was fuck it, I can't do this. I can't be in the present.
Basket cases together.
Yeah, and then I was
called my friend.
and I was yo, my boys have got a super mansion in Canggu, the nicest fucking super mansion.
Nicest.
I was let me go suss the vibe, and if it's good, maybe I'll get you in. And you ended up moving in for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And then you ended up going to South Africa with all of them and leave me by myself in Bali. Classic.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was you were with me when I was at rock bottom that week in Bali.
Okay. So you're rock bottom. You're in Bali.
Rock bottom. Julius Dein.
Fresh breakup. Right. Then you latch on. Come join the Julius Dein life for a few weeks.
You're my replacement boyfriend.
Listen.
You're the 70 million followers guy after the other 70 million followers guy. But you're the 70 million followers
Except the difference is you don't have to have sex with me.
I don't have, and you like to just chill.
I'm pretty hardworking, I like to think.
No,
but I understand.
You work really hard, but you can also chill. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
I understand.
Yeah.
That, my personality. I went through my own burnout where I was just traveling, content. So now I'm a bit more
I mean, the thing with you, Julius, is I would say you make more money than people that work really hard. So you shouldn't feel bad you have to prove that you're working hard, because if you're going to use money as a barometer, which is what a lot of people do in business, you make more doing less. That's better. Why should some guy be well, I worked 17 hours a day?
No, but it's not about the money.
It's about the fulfillment.
Yeah. It's so fun.
You don't feel fulfilled.
No, I've been trying to build this magicacademy.com and gone problems with the management and the directors and all that stuff. So it's not about the money.
True.
It's about the
I just thought you were
process.
trying to prove that you work hard when I said that you are good at chilling. So I wanted to say it's not a bad thing to chill.
Thank you. Well, on that note,
Yeah.
we're going to play a game. It's called Never Have I Ever. I've not read the questions, but I'm going to say something, a statement, and you're going to say if you've done it. So, never have I ever created content with a creator I don't actually like.
I've created content with creators I like, but I don't align with their content. And what I think is fun to mention, considering we're besties now, is that when I met you, I hated your content. Hated.
Wouldn't even follow me on Instagram.
I literally cried in front of you because I hated your content.
Disgusting.
So
Magic with women wearing bikinis on the beach.
I was like, you're objectifying women.
Yeah, like what women even wear bikinis on the beach?
Shut up. You're just like zooming in on their boobs. Okay. I was like, are you good at magic or are you good at zooming in?
I mean, most followed magician on social media. So,
but I forgave you because you were like, you know what? I know exactly what I'm doing, and I'm not. And that's, you know what? I'm acknowledging it. And I was like, you know what? Self-awareness is key. So here we are today.
But the thing is, I can't zoom in on the boobs because that would demonetize the video.
You had them very clearly in the first shots. You know exactly what you were doing.
So I'm doing magic with.
Why were there no hot guys in your videos?
There were. Are you crazy?
No.
There were absolutely hot guys.
Nah.
Have you?
Nah.
Disagree.
Statistically.
So it's actually quite despicable that you've only been watching the videos with pretty girls.
I'm going to go back and find all the videos and I'm going to make a statistical chart of how many naked men versus women there were.
I mean, all of my last videos were with footballers.
I'm talking about your videos 6 years ago when I met you.
I did many. In Jamaica, in Africa. Anyway, got the point.
Next question.
Never have I ever fallen out of love with creating content.
Oh, I have for sure. I have fallen out of love.
Right.
I am out of love.
You hate it, right?
I don't
Imagine if
hate
I put a video camera in your face. I was like, that's 1 minute. Let's do this.
I can't smile anymore. I'm done smiling.
I get it.
No.
I really do understand. Why?
It's horrible.
Why?
Why? I mean, it's just...
How can something you love so much you now despise?
I think because a lot of my audience, like, I feel like they turned against me. Like when I started becoming more like dyeing my hair or like, wearing more expensive clothes or like talking about Israel, a lot of my followers were Muslim. Like everybody just kind of turned on me. And it was like, when I no longer was pandering, then, and not that I was pandering, but I was being careful and strategic and intentional, and I was kind of controlling the audience. And then I was like, I don't have energy to control the audience anymore. Like, I'm going to show them who I am. Like, I'm half Israeli. Surprise. And they're like, oh my God, you're a horrible person. I'm like, no, I don't control all of this stuff. I'm not in charge of the world. But then they all hate you if you don't say what they want to hear. And then the same with me becoming more like this. They're like, wow, you used to like not wear makeup as much. You used to like be more natural. Like now you're giving in. And I'm like, this is a costume. This is a costume. Yeah. When I was in high school, I dressed like a crazy gothic punk girl. And when I started dressing normal, they're like, you're selling out. And I'm like, no, I'm just switching costumes. Like, and you guys are the ones who have been taking me at face value instead of looking at the inner person, which is the same since I'm young. But when you change costumes, people freak out. So it's just exhausting.
I hear you. Well, on that note, never have I ever created content just for views.
Just for views? Honestly, I don't think I have. Like, if that's one thing I've not done, it's
really?
Like, no, look at all my content. My content's very like aligned with me and what I like. I've never done something that's like super off. Maybe one time recently when I was doing like this type of content where I just sit and record, we were experimenting. I wouldn't say it was just for views, but I said stuff that I knew could be taken wrong and out of context, and it was.
It was like uncensored, right? It was like you just talking.
It was the one, I was like the one where I was in Istanbul in the place where you were staying with my team. And it was like, I was saying stuff about like, I don't like to do 50-50. Like I won't do 50-50 in a relationship. The guy needs to pay for more. And even though I actually do that, and I've always done that my entire life, people didn't know that about me. So they heard it and they're like, you've changed, you're shallow. And I'm like, no, you just didn't know what I've been doing this entire time in every relationship. I just didn't talk about it. Like, I just don't like doing 50-50. It doesn't mean I'm not a feminist. I don't feel taken care of. Bye.
Yeah, but you gotta speak your truth sometimes. And I quite like that content. It was very raw.
I might go back to it, or I might just never upload anything again and disappear and be a hobbit.
Find a rich husband.
I don't want to get married.
He'll give you time and attention.
No, I don't want a rich husband, because then I don't want to feel controlled by someone. I want like a financially stable partner. I don't need a rich husband. I want a financially stable, emotionally intelligent partner.
Love that.
Yeah. Or I'll just be alone forever. Probably not.
Worst comes to worst, we can meet up in 20 years.
Okay, we can just be like solo people
Coexist.
together. Yeah, we can have like mansions next to each other.
Perfect.
Great.
I've got something for you.
Yes.
We're going to play a lateral thinking puzzle. 3 people enter a room, but only 2 walk out. The room is empty. Where is the third person? You following?
I am following.
Right, so there's 3 people, they've gone into a room, right, 2 people have come out, but the room is empty.
Does this have to do with like a baby?
Where is the third person? I actually don't know the answer
Did they
either.
abort a baby or something? Was one pregnant? What is happening? Is there a baby in the
It's a good question. Maybe they ate. Maybe they ate. One of them ate. The other person.
3 people walk into a room.
3 people enter a room.
And 2... Oh no, 3 people walk in so they can't have aborted a baby. No.
Someone died? No. They ate the person, no. The room is empty.
Is this like a word game? Like MT stands for something?
We have to find a solution, then we're going to find the actual solution at
Is
the end.
MT. Is M...
Oh, I see. The room is empty.
I was like, does that stand? I was like,
Emp. The room is empty. Why?
3 people walk into a room and 2 leave and the room is empty. Can I see it or no? 3 people enter a room, but only 2 walk out. The room is empty. Is this like a grammar thing?
I don't know the answer. We're going to find.
The person viewing?
We're going to find out. We're going to try our best shot of getting it.
Do you have the answer?
And we're going to find out the answer in a moment.
Can you think of it on your own?
I'm trying to figure it out. Right? Right? 3 people enter a room, but only 2 walk out. The room is empty. Where is the third person? On the ceiling?
No.
No, it's in the room.
The room is empty. Where is... These games are not my skill set. Like, if I went in an escape room, I would die.
Okay, shall we find out?
Yeah.
The answer is... What? The third person was in a wheelchair and walked out.
This is dumb. This is a dumb game. That was a UX error.
Wasn't great. But anyway, at least we have the answer. Next one. All right, here we go. Lateral thinking puzzle. So a man walks into a bar and asks the bartender for a glass of water. The bartender pulls out a gun and points it at the man.
Yeah.
The man says, "Thank you," and walks out. What happens?
Let's role play it. Okay, I'm the guest. Hi, can I have a glass of water? Thank you.
Walks out.
Okay.
What happens?
Pulls out a gun. Like a gun. Boom, boom.
Pulls out a gun, yeah.
Is there like a drink that's called that's named
Water
after a
gun?
A kamikaze? Is a kamikaze just a drink with water or something?
That's a good shout, actually. I was thinking water gun. Like pulls out like a water gun and just squirts it with
That
water.
would make this a dumb riddle.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
And should we find out?
Yeah.
And the answer is...
No.
The man had hiccups and the gun scared them out of him, to which he said, "Thank you."
Whoever made these riddles.
The man had hiccups and the gun scared them out of him, to which he said, "Thank you."
These are the worst riddles I've ever heard of that are lacking so much context. Are these from like terribleincompleteriddles.com? Like, these are... Even I... No.
You should have got that. That was obvious. That one was actually obvious. You know, it's not my fault you're unfortunately incompetent at riddles. I'd like to finish off with one piece of advice that you could share with anyone that's in the same position as you. They're a bit burnt out and they're just like, right, I'm hitting midlife crisis. I'm hitting my 30s. What the fuck do I do in my life? What's your piece of advice?
It depends on how you prepared yourself. So I was financially very careful and lucky and, strategic. And so I saved money, right? So 1/3 of my money is for retirement. I will not touch it.
Okay, wow, interesting.
1/3 of my money is in my houses. I will only touch it if I really need it. And 1/3 of my money, I'm investing in a super high risk project, which is the Maldives Hotel. Right. So, I mean, that's my philosophy is like, I want to be safe, but I want to take risks where I can have big outcomes. Everybody's financial situation is different. So like you have to do what's based on your finances. But I would say the truth is don't be scared to step back Because if I didn't step back, I wouldn't have had space to think of the Maldives hotel retreat center idea.
Right.
I'd still be fucking shooting some dumb video on the street, trying to force myself to talk about something I don't want to talk about.
Right.
Right. So you take a step back, it's fucking scary and terrifying. And then you have space to kind of think of other things to do. And like to exist and enjoy your life and look around and be like, oh my God, I like these people around me. I like my friends. Like this is what life is about, not just like this endless like climbing a ladder and staring up and trying to accomplish things for the sake of accomplishing things, right?
I like that. So not tripping over yourself in the pursuit of something that you previously defined as success.
Yeah.
Just taking a moment and just go, right,
Yeah.
what are my priorities in life?
Like this is cool. Like this is cool. We're doing a podcast. Look, we're hanging out. We've been talking about a podcast forever. Like we're friends. There's, other cool people. We're going to go celebrate your birthday for a week. Like this is cool. Like I don't need to like be constantly accomplishing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's like why aim for something that's like a material standard that's not actually real?
Yeah. It's like it's the classic thing everyone says, but that nobody internalizes, which is like, enjoy the journey. Like enjoy this minute, right?
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, Alyne, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to have you on the podcast.
It's a pleasure to be here.